Oh, hello everyone. Whoever's there. Hey, Chaotic Tabris. How you doing, man? Thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to be doing some more Ultimate Skyrim development. Hopefully that is to your guys' liking. As you can see over here on the stream, I have done a little bit of work, on my little stream overlay. It's got a chat, it's got a little fucking activity ticker, stuff will pop up in the bottom when people follow and subscribe and so on. And I thought that that would be better, especially for the people who watch this after the fact as a VOD on YouTube. Hey, what's up, Leahy? How you doing? Ooh. I'm gonna scoot this over next to me, actually. How's that, music level? Can you guys hear it? Hey, Adam, thank you for joining me. Oh, excuse me. Alright. Now today, basically we're going to be doing a lot of the same stuff that we did in the last video. Specifically, this might be actually a bit tiny for you guys since it's a 4K monitor scaled down even further. Hopefully that's not too much of a problem. We're going to be plugging in some plugins, so to speak. We're going to take all of these guys and drag them right over here. These are plugins from the trader, who is, as far as I'm concerned, he's the patch master for Requiem, or might as well be, right? And he has graciously allowed me to merge his patches directly into my own. He was one of the first authors to allow me to do that, and that's really helped me keep the plugin count down. The other thing that I have to do right now, let me go ahead and open up my Google Drive folder, is update. If you remember in the last video, I updated Immersive College of Winterhold to the newest version. Now since we did that, we have to reflect that in the actual files for the installation guide. So I'm going to be doing that right now before we even jump in. Also, in fact, let me bring my working notes up here too, because I can't quite remember where I was at with updating these things. Let's see. On the docket for today, we've got weapons and armor fixes remade, cutting room floor, and Requiem patch central. Chances are we're not going to be able to get through most of that. Hey, lady, thanks for joining me. Yeah, I know. I have a face, right? I went and got this webcam out of my drawer. I used to use this for my video series. I figured, you know, I got it. Why not use it, right? And now that I have the overlay and I have an actual chance to use it, or a reason to, rather. So let's see here. Okay. That's no problem. Well, let's get to it then. So the first thing we got to do, now that Immersive College of Winterhold is updated, is reflect that in our files. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open up Muse and I'm going to open up brackets. Because these are the two important files. Oh no, am I going to have to... Please don't make me update Muse. Okay, we're good. Most of the time these Adobe apps auto-update, which is both cool and crappy, because some of them will reset things that I would prefer they didn't, like my keyboard shortcuts and so on. What are you going to do, right? It is what it is. I'd rather have them updating in the meantime so I don't have to do that when I go into work. Anyway, this is the Muse file for the Ultimate Skyrim website. Really the only reason we need to go in here is to update the master lists with everything that we've changed. And actually, now that I'm sitting and thinking about it, we won't have any reason to update this because we're not adding or changing any plugins. It's the same plugins. So maybe we won't even need to go in here. Let's keep it open for now. One thing I do need to do is go into... so if you guys are curious, this is the code for... Hey, Rune Wolf. Hey, Moon and Sand. Face reveal. I guess so. Probably most of you guys have not seen my face. My old face cam videos are buried very deep in the channel's history. It'd be pretty hard to find those videos. We have a couple emojis on the Discord server that have my face on them. Ooh. Alright, so anyway, this is the code for the mod list, which I would argue is the most important part of the installation. And one thing that kind of sucks, and I've never gotten or found a fix for this in all this time that I've been using this file and been using brackets, it doesn't retain my twirl downs, right? Or it can, as you can see here. Oh, actually, it still has been. Okay, so there's a weird workaround. I misspoke. It'll retain your twirl downs, but what you have to do is create like a dummy file. So I just saved this, right? So now this should be saved with these twirl down states saved into the file so that I won't need to do that every single time I open it. However, if I close the file right now, it won't save those, and you actually have to exit out through like a dummy file for it to save those twirl downs. It's like the weirdest thing, and I've seen other people online talking about it, but no one has a fix. It's mostly just people complaining about the problem, and I've never seen a fix as of yet. So let's see here, Immersive College of Winterhold. We go to the Nexus page just to make sure all of my stuff is correct, the information I'm about to put in. Let's see here. I know what version it is anyway, but we are going to find Immersive College of Winterhold. So you can see everything that's contained. I might as well take some time to walk you guys through this because I think it's kind of interesting. This code was originally authored by Tyler. This is definitely beyond my expertise. Chaotic Tabris and Runewolf. Also, you guys are so sweet. You're going to make me blush. This program that I'm working in right here is Brackets. This is Adobe's very simple like code editing program. I know it works for HTML. I don't know, and CSS I believe as well. I don't know what other coding languages it's compatible with, but I would imagine it's compatible with most. Anyway, each of these is a module. Each of these corresponds to one of the entries on the mod list. So we can go through and check out how this works. Basically, these headers make it very easy to see what's going on. This is what will determine the coloration of the performance output, so telling you if something is low performance, medium performance, high performance, impact. Here is a link to the, well, here, we'll go through it as we go. So every time I change or update a module or make a new one, these are generally the things that I have to update. This one isn't changed necessarily, but it is at the same time because as you can see here, this module is still using the old links from the old Nexus website setup. So I'm going to paste the new one right there, and we paste it down here as well. Oh, uh-oh. Fuck me. That's right, Immersive College of Winterhold has an additional installation drop down. Well, it'll be a good chance for us to look through that as well. I'll have to make a note about that. So I'm going to paste that there too, and then Granty Boy's page should still be the same. So basically what we've got here, here is your, what's it called? Oh, I'm sorry. This color that I talked about before, that's actually not the performance impact. The performance one is down here. This one is what determines if it's required or optional. So this hexadecimal code right here will tell you what color it's supposed to be. Black for required, purple for optional. Runewolf asked me, have I ever tried VS Code? I certainly have not. I'm very much not a coder. That's why Gatto does all of the coding stuff for Ultimate Skyrim. My coding skills are basic at best. So we're going to change that to the new version, 5.0 by Granny Boy. That's all the same. The new file is called the same as well. We can put, I don't know, I'm not going to include the V. The description should remain the same. And here's the thing. I'm willing to bet, so we can actually see this live by going like this. I'm going to create a demo window here. Chaotic Tabra says, all the web design I've ever done was on Dreamweaver. I actually started on Dreamweaver. I started, excuse me, the website design, but it proved to be just a little bit, we'll call it overkill for what I was trying to do. And I think Muse was a little bit better suited, although we are likely going to change up the website for 4.0's release. Snotnose says, wow, it's you, the Skyrim legend. I don't know about that, my friend, but I appreciate the compliment. Immersive College of Winterhold. So here we go. You can see the module for Immersive College of Winterhold. We'll do a quick link check for these are the 3 links. So it's taking us to the right spot, and also his user page, and also to the right spot, the file page that is working exactly as intended. And now you can see here. Hey, thanks for hosting me, Chaotic Tabris. Harmony, hello to you. You can see that this stuff can change in real time. So, for example, if I go Dongus McBlongus and I save it, this should, you can see right there. Now, the link will still be the same, but there's your string that is being updated. Save that. So it's really nice. You can see everything that you're doing in real time. You can see if there are any problems. It's a really awesome tool. Now, the problem that we're going to run into here, excuse me, is that the FOMod installer is, I think, a little bit different. So you can see here that corresponds on this spot to right here. So additional installation drop-down. These drop-downs are not in every module, but they're in a lot of them. Each one has to be individually defined. What that means is that right here it says content slider 49. Every single one needs a unique identifier like that. That's probably one of the only limitations to this code, rather. Lady says, looks really cool. I just wish I had a use for it. Yeah, I mean, it is really cool stuff. It's the thing about coding is that once you're familiar, it's like with anything else, right? When you've expanded your skill set, it just opens up crazy different options for what you can do. I'm very lucky in the sense that I have a very good friend who's willing to help me with these kinds of things, because there's no way I could have built this myself, or at the very least it would have taken me, I mean, I would have had to learn to code first. Gato, my boy. Do emotes work in Twitch? I don't even know. Not much of a Twitch expert here. Anyway, what I would like to see. So there's only the one. Now I do believe that it is a little bit different. So if we go to Immersive College of Winterhold 5.0, reinstall. Let's see what this FOMod looks like. Oh, well, the emojis do work. They just look a little bit different. Maybe not with the same syntax as Discord. Yep, it is just a teensy bit different, and that's okay, but we're not going to be updating that at the moment. So what I'm going to do here is... Actually, I will go into Muse, and I will update. I've been trying to put the version numbers on the master list now, because everyone's been yelling at me to do that. So I'm going to do that. Well, I guess at that point, everything should be good. Anyway, you can see the installation drop-down. These are where the imager files are hosted, the FOMod installer. You can define the instructions and how many tabs there are. It's real nice. Snot Nose says, did you check out potion animation fix? Makes it so you have to drink one potion at a time. I did, actually. That's been on my my short list for quite a while. Gato and I were talking about that a couple weeks ago, and it is a pretty... That's probably one of the mods that's going to make it into 4.0. One of the last few that I would like to include there. The one that lets you move around while you're drinking a potion, kind of like Dark Souls style. I'm really into that. I think it's very cool, and especially with what's it called, the new real-time menus. I think it's a good inclusion, so you can count on that, or at least it's very likely. I don't want to promise anything. You never know what's going to happen. All right, so that's all correct. All right. Let me just make a note here in my changelog notes. Well, let's go into Muse, and we'll go to the master list page. And this one, well, actually, because this is updated right now, it's current. Let's find Immersive College. Immersive College of, there we go. And we're going to call that 5.0. Since we're here, might as well. Bing, bang, boom. And then that's good enough for there. Chaotic Tabris says that would be awesome to have, like Move for Oblivion. I'm not quite familiar with that mod. I know, that was Obscuro's Oblivion Overhaul. Runewell says, you look like you should be playing football and chugging kegs instead of nerding it out on Skyrim. I don't know about that, my friend. I like playing football. I'm not particularly good at it. I didn't play it in high school. I played water polo. And my keg chugging days are probably behind me, except for the rare sabbatical, we'll call it. Drinking is hard, and it hurts my body. Let's see here. That's pretty much all done. And then let's go over here. I have my working notes. I'm going to go down to updated mods, and we're going to create an entry for, what is it called? Immersive College of Winterhold, sorry. Immersive College of Winterhold 5.0. Delicious. Now the master to-do list. Oh, and you know what else I need to open up here is the README for version 4.0. Or sorry, the beta for it. Because I need to keep... I have a changelog for 4.0 in general, and then I have subsequent READMEs for each new beta version, because those bits of information need to match. Chaotic Tabber says, Mascar's Oblivion Overhaul, it's a more recent mod, has some amazing features, and it's compatible with everything, because it's almost entirely made from scripts. Sadly, you can't have stuff like that in Skyrim. Interesting. It would be very fun, probably, to go back and look at how Oblivion modding has progressed up until this point. Maybe one day I'll do that. I've got a growing list of games that I would like to do an ultimate overhaul for, right? Anyway. Updated mods. We're going to Immersive College of Winterhold. Immersive College of Winterhold 5.0. Bing, bang, boom. Those are both updated, but in the updated mods, I have to make a note that says faux mod still required. So that way I know that that's not quite complete. And we good to go. Nice. Sweet. And that's all the... It's been a while since I was messing around in brackets. I'm trying to make sure here that those are the only like version readouts. I think it is. Alright, cool. So we're good to go there. I honestly prefer to spend my time in Xedit. That's where I have the most fun. God, that sounds almost sad when I stop to think about it, but maybe we just shouldn't stop to think about it too much, right? Alright, so we got what's called Book Cover Skyrim, Craftable Horse Barding, Cutting Room Flora, Heavy Armory, Immersive Armors, and Immersive Horses Sky Test. In addition to that, we need to go through the Weapons and Armor Remade plugin and make sure that's all good to go. But I think I'm going to go through these plugins first because, frankly, that sounds like more fun to me. So that's what we're going to do. Now, I'm hoping, like I said before, that the text will not be too tiny for everyone to see exactly what I'm doing. But we'll see. I'm going to go down here. I'm actually going to uncheck my rectificator patch just so I don't have to hide it manually. What else we got? Ultimate Series for every Bethesda game since Morrowind. That's kind of... I mean, honestly, Gato says Ultimate Daggerfall. Daggerfall is cool. I don't know. I think about stuff like that sometimes, and it's definitely possible. I think the real problem is maintenance. I guess maybe for those older games, it wouldn't be as much of a problem because they're even more stable as, like, modding communities than Skyrim. Like, Skyrim's gotten to the point now where there's still definitely people releasing awesome mods, like, all the time, but not quite as many as there were, you know, a few years back. And if you go to games like Oblivion and Morrowind, I'm sure that's even more true. I would imagine, anyway. Ooh, baby. Oh, fuck me. I gotta return an Amazon package. Remind me to do that later. And they're really fun. Waiting for our references to load. You know, I almost played a different game. Instead of doing the dev stream, one, I need to get development work done, and two, I didn't have time to set up some other stuff that I wanted to set up before I would stream the game. The game I was going to stream, if you're curious, was called Blood Cursed. What is it? It's the new like side scroller that everyone's been talking about, made by Inti creates. I don't really know how to pronounce that. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. That's what it's called. I really like side-scrolling games, action platformers, and this one looks like a really solid homage to like classic Castlevania. You guys probably know that I like Castlevania and side-scrollers because that's where my name comes from. Chaotic Tabris, well, I'd wait for the open-source engines to be more well-developed for Arena, Morrowind, and Daggerfall. Yeah, that's for show. Darkplay says, when do you think you are going to be done with Ultimate Skyrim altogether? That is a question that I frankly do not have an answer to at this moment, because even like once 4.0 releases, there's still so many things that I want to do with it. And I think that when I think about the experience that I feel it has potential to be, and I compare that to where we are now in development, let's just say that there is a large gap still. So I would like to continue working on it. It's also easily the most like lucrative kind of asset that I have for my work at the moment. So keep it going for at least a bit. Snotnose says the new Fallout game will only have modding through the Creation Club. Yeah, Roomwolf says not confirmed and through a leak source on Reddit. That I mean, stranger things have happened, but I hope that's not the case, or at the very least, I think that's going to... It'll be interesting to see what kind of fires that starts. Jesus. I can only imagine how the community would react. Anyway, we are going to go through these plugins. This one could be pretty easy. Yeah, see, some of these are like no sweat. So we're going to go through book covers Skyrim. And any changes we make here will need to be forwarded directly to the book covers patch, at least in the vast majority of cases. So you can see here, the reason that there's no data is because I have hide no conflict rows clicked. Thank you, Lemortex, for following. I appreciate it. Let's see here. This is literally just an object-bound value. These are what determine the shape of the object, so to speak, in the game, and like how it reacts to physics and stuff. Let's see. Chaotic Tabris says Bethesda better barricade their building if they do that. Yeah, seriously. It's kind of a difficult question, right? Because I know that Bethesda has been trying to, like, well, maybe I shouldn't even go here. The idea of like paid mods, right? They've been trying to give something to modders, and I don't know. I take it back. I'm not even going there. That's not a question that I want to try and answer publicly. What do we got here? Okay, here's something new. All right. This is interesting. I guess there's just a note from Requiem. Oh, it might be a brand new note from... No, that's the note from Helgen. Huh. Maybe just the trader decided to patch it instead. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Why do I even have a value change for this? Value 3, and it weighs nothing. That's the only change. Weird. Alright, well. It definitely strikes me as one of those records where it's like, why have I even bothered to change this at all? Where am I looking for? Book covers Skyrim. Bing, bang, boom. So this is your model data. That's what's going to determine the model in-game. This is the inventory art. It's what shows what it looks like in your inventory. What did I miss here? They ruined the Battlefield franchise by locking out modders. Not a whole lot of opinion there. Is anyone else's sound going in and out? Or is it just me? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Sorry. Thanks, Rune, for stopping by. I really appreciate it. For those of you guys who don't know, Runewolf is a member of the Ultimate Skyrim team. He is our papa on the Discord server. All of the awesome features, like seriously awesome features that are on our Discord server are entirely thanks to him. Let's see here. So that's fine. All right. I wonder why this has changed to carry over the book text. And, I mean, paper doesn't weigh that much. You have a value of 3. I don't mind. It's semi-valuable. That kind of note would be valuable to someone, right? This is all... Oh, okay, so these are new. Alright, here. Well, let's make sure I didn't go through, like, individually. But these ones should all be the same, I believe. This is a good Morrowind song. Alright. These ones are all new. As long as all these entries are doing is changing the what's it called? Object bounds, the models, and the inventory art. But these ones are changing something too about the data. It's flagged as a book/tome. I wonder what that affects. I'm actually going to look that up. Just because I'm curious. Snotnose says, any plans to change the potion weights in 4.0? Use the mod that makes weaker potions lighter. Well, I wouldn't really be doing that, I'd imagine, because, I don't know, I mean, I don't imagine the quality of the potion would affect the weight necessarily. Obviously, it's like a gameplay balancing thing. I don't know. I don't have any current plans to like go through and change the potion weights. Actually, I did start doing my own kind of thing where I reduce their weight a teensy bit, and then try to like unify it. Uniform it. That's not a verb. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I was gonna look this up. Gotta say, I work a little bit more slowly when I'm streaming. That's okay, because I get to interact with all of you guys. So I'm looking at book, data, Skyrim. That might be enough to get me to the... Nah. Go creation kit. That usually gets me there. Book creation kit. Here we go. Hope you guys are having a good day today. I have been. It's been a fun time. Ace Fury says, how difficult is it to add a new weapon or armor into Requiem? Typically, it's very easy. In fact, I mean, it really depends on the individual case, but if it's just like standard weapons or armor that are balanced for vanilla, then the rectificator will do the job itself. Hey, Zerpy, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. I'm looking for data fields, type. Here we go. Nope. Got a bunch of things about typefaces. Huh. Nothing really all that useful here. Usually there's information on the creation kit wiki that directly corresponds. Dark Plays TV. So how do you plan on doing everything you want? Because Skyrim has a 200 ESP limit. It's 254 or 255, one of the two. Bro, I gotta tell you, we would have broken that limit a long time ago. That's why the Ultimate Skyrim plugin has a lot of data directly incorporated into itself, so we can bypass that limit. We're not really bypassing the limit. We are just keeping underneath it through a separate workaround. Zerpy says, BB, yesterday I had some issues with my game. Nice person in the Requiem Discord showed me how to use Xedit. They're very nice over there, Zerpy. That doesn't surprise me. Lady says, I have the house to myself until next Saturday. I would say I'm doing just fine. That's pretty badass, lady. I'm very happy for you. Zerpy says, now I know how to find if an item on a level list is correct and what mod is giving it. Yeah, Kasi Biops. I don't know if that's how his name is pronounced, but he is very helpful. He also stops by our Discord server sometimes and helps out. Alright, well, I don't see anything corresponding to this. But, I don't know. If it's, the trader's really good with his edits. So, here's what I'm going to do. This one can go directly into book covers Skyrim, because it doesn't change anything important. Well, why? Why does this need to... Okay, hold on a second. So what this is kind of an interesting thing. So by making this an override, it's now asking us to make the patch a master, which means, typically, that there is something proprietary being linked here. Gotcha. See? Here you go. So what we're going to do, it's these statics. So if you guys were, this is, what's it called? Dark Plays, if you're curious. Here is an example of how we can keep the plugin limit down. Now, these records are all proprietary in this plugin file. This, you can see, it only exists within Requiem, book covers Skyrim. So what we're going to do, now all these static files, what they do, you cannot do this with every record type This is where the kind of experience comes in, of knowing what can be ported in this way, and what. Well, that summarizes it. What can be ported in this way, or kind of like merged. What we're gonna do now. The purpose of these static records is to tell the game engine what object bounds a certain static will have, to tell it what model to use, direction material that I'm not super sure about. That could have something to do with lighting or something, or the way that the texture is applied. Doesn't really matter. These things are perfectly safe to merge as far as I know. So what we're going to do, we're going to copy those as a new record. You can change the editor ID prefix if you like, but I'm not going to do that for these files, just for the sake of consistency. And sometimes, depending on the record type, changing the editor ID can cause problems, especially in the case of scripts that require those records to have a specific editor ID. And so we're going to take those, we're going to plug them right into... fuck me. I shouldn't have done that. Well, it's supposed to be in the... Vega, thank you so much for donating. And now let's see if those boxes work, because I was having trouble with them, and it doesn't look like they are. The today's top donation and most recent donation. So give me a quick second here. Let me see if I can fix that real fast. Well, okay. Before I get sidetracked with too many tasks, I wanted to put those into book covers Skyrim, not into default Skyrim. So let's see here. Oops. Now, the session top donators are not working. They should be. What am I doing? Top donor. We'll call it 30-day top donator. That ought to do it, right? Gonna show up now? Does not appear that way. Stream labels, you're killing me. Oh, no. It's there. Let me see here. Open up my file browser. What do we got here? Compressed level. Oh my god, Gato is so right. Compressed leveled lists is a whole... That's a Requiem specific thing. Let's just say when I first found that, I was like, what the fuck? Regular leveled lists are confusing enough. They actually are very simple. It's just like with anything else. When you don't know what you're looking at, it can be very confusing. Let's see here. Stream labels. 30-day top donator. Okay, so that should be showing up just fine. I don't understand why it's not. Oh, there it goes. What the hell? Weird. I don't know. Let's see your properties. Alignment right. No, alignment center, bro. That's where you're supposed to be. Maybe put it right here. Ace Fury, thank you so much for your donation. Alright, now let's see. Now, most recent donation. Let's fix that one too, shall we? See, donation, train, follow train. There's so many. I don't know if you guys have ever messed around with Steam labels before, but there's quite a lot of junk going on. Excuse me. Session, top donator. Okay, well that should be working too. I guess it just wasn't updating yet, and now I'm breaking everything. Let's see here. Session most recent. That one should be working, and yet session most recent donator. And it's, I don't know. It's all a bunch of nonsense is what it is. Whoops. I don't know. Hopefully it'll start working. Put that right there. Is this updating in real time for you guys? Let's see here. What did I miss? Use minor arcana and BTC. I think they do something with leveled lists. Oh, yeah. Well, yes, they do. But doing something with leveled lists, Zerpy, is like a very broad term. There's like leveled lists are... There's like so much to them, and most mods that have a wide enough scope will touch them in some way. Gato says compact or compressed level lists. Is it compact or compressed? I can't remember. Are essentially the exhibit of Requiem modding, and he's right about that, because they are straight up like leveled lists within leveled lists. And the funny thing is that leveled lists are already kind of capable of doing that, so it's like even more exhibity, if you will. Yes, snot nose. I do have a California accent, Southern California specifically, if you're curious. Chaotic Tabra says I can wrap my head around normal leveled lists. They are just boring to work with. I guess compressed leveled lists mean less repetitive work, but I haven't figured out how to do them yet. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty true. Okay, most recent donation is still not working. Session most recent donator. And I don't know why. Background opacity. Alignment top. No. That's why that's happening. Session most recent donator. If you guys will excuse me, I'm just trying to figure out why this is not working. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I don't know. Whatever. At least the top donation seems to be working. I'm just going to have to move on from it. I'm sorry. Otherwise, I'll spend my entire time figuring it out. Let's see. Requiem wouldn't give Bandit Staff of Lightning. Maybe. Dermot Zeal says, oh man, I'm missing all kinds of stuff. Snotnose says Ultimate Combat changes how the enemies fight, makes them smarter. Keep in mind, Ultimate Combat is not going into 4.0 as of right now. It's Combat Evolved, but it does that as well. Dermot Zeal, Belmont Boy is a handsome fellow. Thank you very much, Dermot Zeal. No offense, I pictured you as being really fat. Well, I have been at points in my life. It could be. Azurpi says he is fat with knowledge of modding. Good one, my friend. That's very good. Okay. Back to the task at hand. If I remember where I'm at. Let's see here. Static. So we copied these. Now they're both in Ultimate Skyrim ESP and also Ultimate Skyrim book covers. We don't want them in Ultimate Skyrim ESP, actually. Ooh. Are these not referenced by anything anymore? They are not. These are leftovers from College of Winterhold. So we can actually get rid of those. How about that? Cleaning out plugins. Or records, not plugins. Wait a second. Oh, I'm looking for statics. Here we go. Let's get rid of these bad boys. Those are not supposed to be there. Yes. Oh, my auto mod held a message. Oh. Weird. That's fine. Let's see. Zerpy, I'll give you a Skyrim pun to make up for it. Why did the Spriggan get killed? Because he was part of the Bark Brotherhood. That's another, I gotta give it to you, my friend. Lady asks, do I lift? I do. Not particularly well, but I do. Dark Place, is Ultimate Skyrim only going to be for Oldrim? So they're going to be on Special Edition as well. I would very much like to port it to Special Edition. The primary obstacle to that is an official Requiem port, unofficial Requiem port to Special Edition. So once that happens, I'm going to start seriously looking at it. If that happens, I should say. But before then, I just got too much work on my plate to worry about it. Okay, well, we're all good now. I don't need to remove filter. Let's go here. So now, here's what we'll see. Here we go, record by record here. Now, anything that changes. So all of these, right? Not you. You. So we're going to copy as override. We're going to go Ultimate Skyrim. No, damn it. Sorry. Copy as override. Book covers Skyrim. And it's going to ask us to make this plugin file a master. We're going to say yes for now. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to go in, and now what you'll be able to see here is these are both referencing the static record that is in book cover Skyrim. And now there will be a duplicate one right here in Ultimate Skyrim book cover Skyrim. So now when we go to clean our thing at the very end, clean our plugin, it'll allow us to clear that master dependency, and we will not have to load up this Requiem book cover Skyrim plugin. What else we got? Man, chat is going off. It's very hard for me to keep up with the stuff. Yeah, Dermit Zeal. I have played Special Edition, but for about an hour, just to kind of check it out and see some of the cool changes and stuff. But any more than that, oops, and I was not particularly keen, just because, you know, there's not really a whole lot for me left with vanilla Skyrim, and that's what it was. I'm sure I could approximate like a cool, what is this one? Oh, that's in book cover Skyrim. Okay, that's fine. I could approximate a fun special edition install, but God knows I barely have enough time to play the games that I do play. And I'll hold off. And with Skyrim, I have very high standards, right? Chaotic Tabris is much easier to port from Old Rim to Special Edition in comparison. For the inverse, it's very true. Yep. Let us see. All right, now, so this one is interesting. So what we're going to do here, to avoid attaching that dependency to Ultimate Skyrim as well, we are going to take the book cover Skyrim patch and... whoa. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll keep those object bounds. That's fine. So we're not going to put the model in there because that would... Excuse me. Well, actually, okay. Here's something I got to check right now. This is problematic. I didn't even stop to think about this. Here's a safety point. Typically, you do not want to unlock Mod Organizer when you're running an executable like TES5 edit, because then all of your backups will end up in overwrite. But if you know that's the case, then you don't have to worry about it. Or if you know where to find them. Okay, see, this is a problem. This is for books. Yup. Book 2. Okay, well, so the fact that this is here means that we are now going to have to include these files in book cover Skyrim. So I'm going to make a note about that in my progress. Include assets for in patch. There we go. So, Dermeetseal, to answer your question, will SSE be any faster, just more stable? Should be both, frankly. The whole platform is faster and it is more stable. And it would be really nice to take advantage of that stability. Because Ultimate Skyrim, I'm very proud of the stability that we managed to achieve with Ultimate Skyrim. 4.0 should be even more stable. But at the end of the day, there's still some limitations that we are subject to. What scripts are here? Oh, gotcha. So if you guys are curious, what I was just worried about there is that, whoops, these new models and I guess some textures as well are proprietary and included by Patch Central, which means if you merged the plugin, right, but you didn't also take those assets along, you would encounter errors in-game, missing models, at best, maybe even some crashes at worst. So you gotta watch out for that shiz, right? So we are going to take these, and now we can copy this override into book cover Skyrim. And that one, this entry can have the new model data. And then we want to change this one to our version. Bing, bang, boom. So that patch now allowed the Ultimate Skyrim ESP to utilize the new object bounds and the fixed type in the data, even though you don't have to use book cover Skyrim to get that. But if you do use book cover Skyrim and you use the patch, you will get the new models as you should. What else we got? Read chat. Dude, I don't know how people like play games well and also keep up with chat. That shit just seems impossible. It's like Balian, right? That dude beat Ultimate Skyrim in one life. He beat Dragonborn and I almost said Daggerfall. What is the vampire one? Dawnguard with one life. And like if you watch him, he's talking to chat the entire time. I don't know how he does it. It's insane to me. What do we got here? You and you. Ooh, new keywords too. Okay, see the keyword changes, and these we also are gonna want. So that's interesting. So we'll just copy this one right over. This one can go straight into Book covers Skyrim. I'm stupid. What did I just put it into? Did I just put it into itself? Oh no, that's the right one. Why is it not showing up then? Went into, there we go. Xedit just had a little goof there. NBD. Gato says 1 minute of Devstream, 1 day of delay for Ultimate Skyrim. Ain't that the truth? See, Ace Fury says he got pretty far. We're talking about Balian here. Got pretty far on One Life the past few days, but his Archer character died in Solstheim today. Well, forever honor memory. I don't know what his character's name was, but my heart goes out to him. To both of them, the character and to Balian. It's never easy to lose a character like that. So this one's interesting, right? Now, what are you going to be? You are fine to just go. So this one, once again, we are going to copy to Ultimate Skyrim because there are some changes here that we would like to utilize. Oops, for even non-users of book cover Skyrim. We're just not going to take the stuff that is exclusive to the patch and to book cover Skyrim. And now, copy that over. Book covers. Nope. Whoops. God, see these tiny little text boxes. It's tough. Oh my God, for a while. These check boxes that are right here, there was like a Windows update where any app that utilized these kinds of check boxes, they wouldn't show up, and it was just like a fucking nightmare. Oh man, that sucked. I was so happy when Windows finally updated and fixed that. There's kind of like workarounds that you can do, but they're not fun, and you don't want to have to do them. At one point, I lost like 4 hours of work because of like a saving malfunction where I thought it was saving and it wasn't. Not fun, let me tell you. Gato was there for that. He might remember that. Let's see here. Died to 2 Dwarven Ballistas. Yeah, that ought to do it. Steve the Bosmer Archer. That's a great name for a character. It's Automaton, by the way, Severe. Dermit Zeal. Modding looks about as fun as organizing toenail clippings. I will say that when you're in the back end like this, sometimes when you're especially deep in just like a bunch of fucking records or like really repetitive tasks, there were many times, especially before I launched Ultimate Skyrim like 1.0, when no one even really knew about the project. I'll be honest, there were many times where I was like, oh my God, like what am I doing here? Like sitting here doing these monotonous tasks like over and over again. And is this ever going to be worth it or like worth anything at all? But I can tell you now, I'm really glad that I've spent that time. And now, I don't always feel like this, but a lot of the time, it's a little different for me. It's a little bit more enjoyable to be doing this stuff because I know exactly what impact this will have on the game. And it's really... It says, I love organizing toenail clippings. Touche, my friend. But I do really enjoy it a lot. It's really fun to, like, make these changes behind the scenes, knowing what it's going to do to, like, the experience. Or at least that's what keeps me going anyway, when I find myself in a rabbit hole of record editing. And like I said, I don't always feel that way. Sometimes I'm just like, ugh. Requiem, book covers Skyrim. This one's fine. We can just go ahead and put that one straight into... What is this going to be? It's a new note, huh? Aight. Interesting. What is editing these? Suitable destiny, trying to conjure a danger. Whatever. Maybe like Minor Arcana or something is making specific changes to these. I don't remember why I edited these records, but I definitely did. At some point. You know what I think would be really, really cool? Finn, my boy. Lady says, I hate feet, so this talk of toenails is giving me the heebie-jeebies. Reminds me, I don't know if you guys ever watched Kids Next Door when you were kids. That was their big old secret, like the main antagonist, right? Is that they had a secret collection of toenail clippings that they were really grossed or embarrassed by. Fuck, what was I gonna say? I had something to say. Bah. Oh yeah, something that I would really like. I don't know if there's an easy way to implement something like this, but if I could have notes on individual record edits that I could look, just like an area for like text strings where I can make a note about like why I made certain edits or like where they are sourced from. I think that would be so cool because sometimes, I mean, for the most part, I can just look at a record and look at the edits that I made and know why they're there, remember where they came from, but not always. And it would be nice to have that information like definitively there if I wanted it. What am I doing here? I am doing, well, actually here, let's do this. Well, I was going to give it the object bounds. Did I do that for these too? I did not. We could really skip over the object bounds. It doesn't matter that much, but I would like to get them in there. Okay, here's what we're going to do, actually. Let's not be lazy, right? We'll go you, and you, and you, and this one, and this one. No, that one we don't need. You, and you. No, not you. And this one. Alright, so we're going to copy as override. We're going to put those in Ultimate Skyrim. And now it's got masters that we need, right? But we're going to fix that. So we're going to say yes for now. And now we're going to go back up. And here's what we're going to do. We are going to keep the vanilla model stuff and the vanilla inventory art. But now we have the object bounds, which means that the objects, if you drop them, will operate as they should and will not just be all shitty. Boom. Arcana restored. And because we are immediately overriding these proprietary records when we go to clean Ultimate Skyrim, it should work just fine. And it shouldn't be too tough to break the plugin of the dependencies that we just instituted. No problem. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Blam. Rizlov the Righteous. Cool. We already did that one. That one's fine. And the Origin of the Mages Guild. This one we're actually going to copy as override into Book Covers Skyrim as well. Put you here and you here. Good to go. And what's your deal here? Got a new... Oops. That's my bad. We're going to copy that into... Ah, man. Well, we're going to lose whatever the original note was. It's like high quality note 3 or something. Book Covers Skyrim. Oh, my gosh. Still talking about toes over here. I have weird little toes. It's like they've been rejected and pushed away by my other toes. I don't know why that's funny to me, but it is. Oh, man. Dude, you can never have enough toes to talk about, right? See, that one's fine. Note from the caller. Well, I'll keep this handwritten font, assuming that it's not like changing anything in particular. Why is this worth so much? Make that worth 50, just in case. But it shouldn't really weigh anything. High poly note. Bam. Actually, you know what we can do? I'm not going to bother changing it, but that can stay. You can go here. That's fine. Good to go. John's note. What do you change, my friend? Oh, once again, we've got some data that we need for regular Skyrim, Ultimate Skyrim. Change the same model number, note scroll, high poly note. I could talk about toes all night. You must be fun to watch at job interviews. Dark Plays, thank you very much for the host. I appreciate it. Gorak's diary. No, John's note. Did I finish up here? Yes. No, I didn't. See? That's why you gotta do it. It's very easy. Now, what's kind of funny is that we're talking about like benefits of doing this super monotonous, boring shit. I would say before I started modding and doing all this stuff, detail orientation was a major weakness of mine. And so, I mean, I don't know how fantastic I am at it objectively, but with this modding stuff, it really pays to pay attention to what you're doing. And if you don't, it'll cause you problems. So I think it's made me a little bit better detail-oriented overall. Take you, put you there. High poly note, right over yonder. Dank. Cool. Note. This one honestly didn't even need to exist. I messed that up. In fact, here, let's be thorough. This would be an identical to master if we left it. So there we go. That one actually did not need to be there. Blah, 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 blah. Note. Gorak's diary should be there because it has... No, that's the one we just removed. John's note should be there, rather, because it has data that we want to keep. Note. Gato, I don't know why, but that quote, it pays to pay attention to what you're doing. If not, it'll cause you problems. It just sounds like such an obvious statement. Oh, eloquence eludes me when I'm streaming, that's for certain. For you, you can go straight to book covers Skyrim. And I just realized I've not been updating my... What's it called? Whoa. No, that one's fine. I've not been looking for the proprietary ones. Let's see if we missed any. Yep, there's one. Blam. Note from the caller. That one's fine. John's note. Gorak's diary. That one's fine. So, fun fact. Oh my god, Dermizio, it's so true. I cannot multitask at all. For whatever skill I've developed at doing this, you know, detail-oriented work, it requires, like my internal brain CPU is operating at 99%, and it leaves very little for other tasks. Fun fact, what I was going to say, you can always see where a record originates by looking at the first two digits, I guess you can say. So, for example, this one, BCS Journal Ember Shard, you can see it starts with 66, which means that it originates in the plugin that is 66. We can click right through to see that is book cover Skyrim. Super useful for seeing at a glance where a record originates from. So, like, these ones I can see just right off the bat that they're not the sort that I'm looking for, right? And they're not going to cause me problems. You get to go into both Ultimate Skyrim and book cover Skyrim. A high poly note and cluttered books. Blam. We really have to be careful about these model file name ones because, see, if we want to clear the dependency on book cover Skyrim's plugin from Ultimate Skyrim, if we leave BCS note ripped in 01, like the inventory art record here, that'll show up as a, like when you go to report masters, that'll still show up. I don't think that these model file names do. So it is very possible to clear the dependency from Ultimate Skyrim ESP and still have the model file name section pointing to a model that will not exist. It's problematic. You gotta watch out for that stuff. Watch out. And you are good. Alright, what is this one? It's another one of these ones that's been edited for some reason. That's okay, I'm just gonna leave it. And forward the new hotness. Blam! Gato says, not anymore, apparently. Cottage cheese. Oh, is it normal for sour cream to be chunky? Ugh. No way. One time when I was a kid, I took a fat... I mean, this is a common experience. I took a fat-ass gulp of sour milk and wanted to die. Apparently, my, like, great-uncle used to leave milk out on purpose because he liked the taste of sour milk, which seriously makes me want to fucking vomit. Ugh. It's so gross. What do we got here? Another edited note. Why don't we just do this? Healing poultice. Hey. Okay, that one actually. This one's important because we changed this. I know what the text in that one. We'll just do it one at a time. Make sure we're thorough. Mercer's Note, we're good there. Ultimate Skyrim, we're good there. And then here we are. Lore Master, whatevs. Yo. I wonder if this is the sour cream that accidentally got stuck in the freezer. It doesn't expire till the end of the month. Well, more likely. I mean, unless it was unrefrigerated, warmed for normal people. You go here, and you go here. And we're good to go there. Recipe Healing Poultice. And I believe that my change is here. Yep. Okay, so I think I removed the text reference, excuse me, to crafting this recipe at the tanning rack, because it's not at the tanning rack anymore. It's at the player's personal crafting ability. Wow. Fun fact. Take that. Right in here. And you go there. Delicious. Letters to Harold. Cool. I'm just reading Gato's text. You guys are ate up. John's note. What do you guys have? Every time I think I can do like a batch operation. Like a lot of the time, you don't have to be this particular. But with the nature, why did I do that? With the nature of these types of records and like the changes that we're making, we really have to look closely at each one. Book covers Skyrim. Now we can jump here. So what just happened there, we tried to jump to it, but here's a fun fact about Xedit as well. Xedit is open, the book section is open, so that means it can't populate with a new record yet, so it just takes us to the book header. However, if we close and then open that, and then try to do it again, bing, bang, boom, it actually shows us where we're trying to go. And we can remove it now, because it shouldn't be there. Nice. And you just hit forward, and you are right back where you wanted to be. Fascinating. But this one, we will have to put all 3 of these, actually. We will have to, all 6 of these, actually. And what about you? No, you're good. 6 of these, we are going to put in Ultimate Skyrim. Oops. This was not what I meant to do. Also, am I good here? That's all fine. All fine and dandy. What about you? Good to go. Alright. All these guys. Well, now here, let's do this. Let's close and open our book section. Jump over here. And now I'm just going to take these 6, these batches, copy as override, into Book of Skyrim ESP. Snot Nose says, you drank the sour milk because you were drinking out of the carton, that's what you get. Hard to argue with that, right? Not supposed to drink out of the carton. It's not what civilized people do. That's what they used to tell me anyway. I'm just kidding, no one ever told me that. You can go here, and you can go here. Okay, and the same thing there, and you go here. This is the kind of stuff you got to do to keep yourself entertained while doing mind-numbingly monotonous tasks. You sing songs, you make up stories, you adjust every so often. And you contemplate life. It's not a bad idea, actually. What do we got here? Okay. Go boop. And you go here. Look, guys, we're about to be done. Journal Tyrannuses. This one. But oh, that's only the. Have any of these editor IDs been different? Oh, they have actually. I didn't even notice. Wait a second. Oh, I'm still in Ultimate Skyrim, is why. Okay, woo, that's actually kind of sketchy. I forgot that I was in the Ultimate Skyrim plugin section. I'm gonna jump over here. Could have been dangerous. So actually, we were like done. But I did get a nice editor ID edit in there, since Ultimate or excuse me, Requiem, the new version has, and I believe the trader was the one who did this, but Requiem's newest version included like really, really awesome quality of life improvements for modders. Because it like unified, or what is the word that I'm looking for that I cannot remember? I did this earlier too. It made all of the editor IDs uniform using like the same conventions. It's pretty delicious and makes it much easier to kind of navigate through records as a modder. I know they did that for us. Oh, here we can do this. It's a very easy way to see. All right, I think we got all of them. Okay, now what we're going to do is remove this filter, so now everything's nice and tucked away. And we are going to clean masters on Ultimate Skyrim. I'm going to stretch. I'm going to stand up here pretty quick. Make sure I don't have anything embarrassing on my desk behind me, because then you guys will be able to see it. Or on my dresser. You ready? Here goes. Oh my god. Help. That's not going up as fast on the camera as I thought it would. Help me. No. Looks like I'm sinking, but I'm not. I'm actually still sitting. Wow. Stand-up desk. Fascinating. Can you see what's behind me? You kind of can. Behind. Oh, look. Those are my unopened amiibos in the back left corner. I collect those. Hoof. There we go. Get my little pad. Oh, I gotta stretch. So I complain about this all the time, but for those of you who don't know, I have a mild form of spina bifida, which causes me back problems and stiffness. And it is one of the reasons why my lifting has to be very particular. But let me tell you, this standing desk has been absolutely incredible for helping with that. Okay. So we clean masters. We can see here that when we go to add masters, Requiem book cover Skyrim shows up. So that means it was successful. And we can also do this. What is the covers? Awesome. So that means it successfully cleaned out both masters. And we're going to do the same thing here. Clean masters and book cover Skyrim. Let it do its job. And we're going to add masters, see what shows up. This one, perfect, book cover Skyrim. So bling blang bloom, that plugin is successfully updated and merged, baby. The other thing it's important to do is check for errors. You always want to be doing that. Yeah, standing up is my favorite thing to do. Oh, see, we got a... Oh, weird. There's an error in... Oh... I must have missed this one from College of Winterhold. Oh, it's for tempering the mace that no longer exists. That's okay. Just get rid of it. Blam. And what about you? Are you an error as well? Nope, that one's good. Sweet. Fun fact. Oh, Gato, that's right. I always forget to sort masters. Remember, you're the one who provided the original fix. Sort masters. No errors. We're good. Did we ever figure out what that original problem was? Like why the masters couldn't sort? You figured that out, but I can't remember what it was. Offhand. See, guys, see what happens when I don't have my team here to edit? I make mistakes. Or here to help me edit, rather. Alright. Craftable horse barding. Oh, that's a few more. If you guys will excuse me, I actually have to pee really fast. I'm gonna grab a soda as well. Give me... You didn't figure it out, huh? Just found like a workaround or something? Well, I'll come back to this in a moment. Excuse me. Hello, my loves. I got a Diet Coke. I'm very happy about it. Oh, what did I miss? Belmont boy is peeing post Enirem. Zachary J, hello, welcome. Oof. I had something I was gonna tell you guys, and now I forgot what it was. I told you, I can't multitask. I can't even pee without losing my train of thought. Anyway, now we're back. We're gonna keep it going. Let's see what we got. Craftable horse barding. This is an area that might need a little bit more of my own attention. Not with this plugin in particular, but just the availability of the horse barding. Ooh. Okay. Requiem craftable horse barding. Requiem immersive horses sky test. This is interesting. So I can't remember which is supposed to be loaded last. Because both of these patches are by, I believe it's craftable horse bardings changes the ones that should go through. Let's see here. Let me double check that real fast. Because what we have here is a unique scenario, right? Where you have two patches by the same person. One of them is retaining this record and just editing it and doing whatever's needed. The other one makes this unused. Probably the one making it unused is the one that we're going to deal with because this is horse armor and that whole mod is for horse armor. So that probably means that it creates alternatives. And you can see them probably down here. It's like Imperial Mail, Barding, and Saddle. Well, we'll see. Let me just double check that. It's the easiest way to verify, even though I'm pretty sure. Let's say the trader patch central. Blam. He the best. Going to give him those endorsements. How's my here? Let's see. Give him that camera. Ooh, baby. Oh shit. That's too much. Okay, wait, here we go. There it is. How about like there? I have kind of a janky setup for this camera right now because I didn't really have time. Oh, a little bit further. It's terrible shot composition. There we go. That should be better. That's good enough. What a flattering angle this is too. Just like that upward, right into my my double chin. Yeah, thank you. My ceiling is fantastic as far as ceilings go. Oh, I got an update. Someone commented on my file, Ultimate Skyrim by Belmont Boy. I'm gonna worry about that later. Blah, 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 blah. I'm looking for a load order. Here we go. Recommended load order. Yep, craftable horse barding goes last, so that means its changes are the ones that we should keep. Now, the rest of these should be about the same. I wonder why these have... Oh, I think I was trying to prevent the horses from having their hair clipped. With the, you can see the difference in the first-person flags. I can't remember if that worked or not, though. Oh, this one does have a different armor rating. Blam. Amaze. Bard Saddle. Oh, this is my jam. I love this song. This is, what is it called? Where's my music at? Bloody Blades. Tears. Bloody. You guys know the song Bloody Tears from Castlevania? It's one of my favorites. I love that song. Very much. I included that one time. You guys know my boy Kevin, the one who interviewed me for Ultimate Skyrim. He made a video. It was very fun to put together, where we counted down some of our favorite, like, adrenaline pumping video game tracks. Bloody Tears might have been my #1. I can't remember offhand. If not #1, it was up there. Because that song is specifically the version from Dawn of Sorrow, if you're curious. See, Dermit Zeal says horses are going to have super long hair then. Well, they should. The whole purpose of that, actually, was to Well, okay, I'm a little bit confused because I'm looking at these edits that I made, and the purpose was to prevent the hair from showing up, and typically the more slots that are filled, the more they are not going to show up. So I'm actually going to put that in there. I'm going to forward these changes back, and we'll see what happens. And if I need to go and, you know, fix it again. Quelelas, thank you for following, my friend. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Here's what we'll do. You guys want to see something real fancy? Let's see. Whoops. Let's see what records need this. Oh, this one's also a different armor type. There you go. Light armor. Black hand barding. So let's make sure these ones are all fine. That's all good to go. Okay, is it that one, that one, that one? And okay, it's a couple of these. But it seems like, oh, weird. Okay, so maybe actually it's just that, oh, shit, maybe it wasn't even something I did at all. Maybe this is new from the trader and that he figured out what fixes the bug. That actually makes more sense to me. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's enabling. That's pretty good, lady. Hats off to you. A very solid pun. I'm not very good at puns myself. All right, well, shit. Zachary J, thank you for following, my friend. Those sounds are from Metal Gear Solid, by the way. If any of you guys caught that. I'm gonna get sued by Konami. And then they're gonna lock me in a room and turn the air conditioner off. Turn the heater up. Apparently they... okay, this is a rumor that I heard. But I heard that they did that to an actual team of their developers. It might have even been the Metal Gear Solid developers. Because Konami is going crazy. If you've not heard about it. It's actually pretty nuts. What actually is happening there, if you're curious, is that Konami is kind of pulling out from like traditional games, it seems. Like video games, I mean. They have been, I think it's proven so lucrative to pour their efforts into the gambling market in Japan that they're kind of just focusing there primarily. If you go to Japan, or even like here, ooh, keywords mismatched. Even here, if you go to like casinos and stuff, you can find all of these like Konami, like gambling machines and slot machines that are like officially branded with like Metal Gear Solid and stuff. Yeah, Gato says MGS pachinko machines of the future. That's what they're kind of gearing towards, it seems. It's kind of sad. Not that I have anything against gambling, but, you know, I like video games and not gambling. Okay, here we go. All right, so all of these are going to stay. All right, so here I can show you. So everything from what? Everything from steel barding downward. Gonna make the same change. So I'm gonna blow you guys' minds right now. Maybe, maybe not. So we're gonna jump to Ultimate Skyrim because we already have records for these, right? Steel barding and saddle. We're gonna take that one and this one, and well, actually, here what we need to do is get one record in there. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna make a batch edit to all these records at once, since one of them contains the edit that I already want to make. Double check that. Yes. So you take leather barding and saddle. That's going to be our reference record. You got steel barding, dwarven, Daedric, this one, that one, that one, that one, you, and you. And you're going to right click and hit compare selected. So now you can see that's all these records from Ultimate Skyrim ESP all lined up next to each other. And now we can just take this and select, this is the biped body template. That's where we're trying to, oh, actually, we don't want to do that. But we do want to take the first person flags, and we can copy all of these to selected records. Check this shit out. Blam! No sweat. You can also just drag and drop them. It's also easier to do it from like this interface. I think that's pretty cool. It's sure as heck saved me a lot of time over the months, years. I guess it is kind of years at this point. Delicious. Let's save this stuff because I don't think we've done that yet. TBH. And now we're gonna go back to book cover Skyrim. Oops, not book cover Skyrim. To Craftable horse barding. And that's everything from here, I think. Cell block. Let's see here. I can't believe Bethesda have been sitting on Elder Scrolls for so long. I'm hoping that means, Dermit Zeal, that they're really trying to take their time with Elder Scrolls 6. And I mean, I guess it still could be announced at E3, but it seems unlikely at this point. And to be honest, I don't know. It's probably better for me personally if it's not, just because obviously once Elder Scrolls 6 comes about, all the focus, or a lot of the focus from Skyrim, will shift to that. And I still think that Ultimate Skyrim is kind of nuts because it's a gameplay experience and a project that has the benefit of like 7 years of development behind it. When you account for like all of the modders and like how long they've been working. So in that way, it's always going to have some sort of advantage over something that, you know, releases in like the vanilla state. I mean, obviously Bethesda's been developing the game for a very long time now as well. But I mean, like 7 years on top of the however many development years it took to create Skyrim. So it's pretty gnarly. Anyway. See, Zachary, that's kind of exactly what I'm saying. It's like, honestly, with how in-depth this mod pack is, I'll probably prefer it to a vanilla Elder Scrolls 6. That's kind of what I mean. I feel like that's true because, like I said, we have like 7 years of additional development time from all of the modders and stuff. I don't know. It's one of the things I'm very proud of with Ultimate Skyrim is that you can't really get a whole lot of experiences out there like this, like with this level of detail, and that's one of the main reasons why. At least that's how I feel about it. Okay, what do we got here? Cell edits, huh? These are usually just placing single objects. That's fine. What are we placing here? Now this one's interesting. TT chest, dragon bone, saddle. Alright. That is interesting. Requiem, craftable, horse. Gotcha. Now we got to make sure that dragon bone, barding, and saddle. That should be what mine contains too. Okay, cool. So this is like my proprietary version of these same chests. Now, something you do have to be careful about is that, so Gato kind of started talking about this earlier, sort of. The Requiem has certain features, or the Rectificator has certain features, things like compact leveled lists, like what we were talking about before, that, like these features work by having the Rectificator process records that have a specific editor ID syntax. Let me see if I can show you an example of one of these. Let's just remember where we're at here. Okay, that's fine. So let's find a leveled list. Leveled list, leveled item. Here we go. And we can sort by editor ID. That'll help us out. We're here. So these are all compact leveled lists, right? Now, the specific editor ID syntax of these leveled lists allows the Rectificator to perform a certain operation on them. In this case, actually, I can't remember if this is the compact leveled list, but what's happening here is that Requiem will know to create like variants of this Nordic long mace that have differing levels of quality. The quality will be determined by these kind of things up here, to not get too heavily into it. And if you go up to the file header for Ultimate Skyrim, the Ultimate Skyrim header has to be marked in this way that you can see there. I just pointed at my screen as if you guys like standing next to me. So the Rectificator tag is like BB right here. Also, you can see core installation for Ultimate Skyrim Masters sorted by Gato Negro. But so the Trader's plugins will have, like, if I just copied the Trader's compact leveled lists exactly as he has them written, they wouldn't work for Ultimate Skyrim because he'll have them using his own Rectificator tag, which typically he uses TT. And so if I had a compact leveled list in my plugin that used TT instead of BB in this case, it wouldn't work at all. Or the Rectificator wouldn't do what it's supposed to do with it. So those are like little things that you just learn over time, you know. There's There's no other way to do it. You try to do something, you get an idea in your head of what you're trying to do, you go to implement it, and if it works, then you're good to go. If it doesn't, then you figure out why and just push through, I guess. Lady Winter says, BB should make Elder Scrolls 6. It's very kind of you, Lady Winter. God knows what that would be like. Dermeet Seal says, with his attention to detail and immersion boner, it would take a few decades. Yeah, man, it's taken me a few decades probably just to make Ultimate Skyrim. Detail is very important to me. Ooh, that's the Morrowind level up music. Always makes my heart jump. It's details are so important, man. It's like that's the stuff that really puts you in the world, you know? It's like the little details that make it feel like a real place. I said this before, I'll say it again. Many very strong world builders out there, good writers and world builders, have talked about how important detail is to successful world building, because worlds are detailed. It's those little hand touches that go that extra mile towards making you feel like you're occupying a living place versus a facade. I mean, Bethesda isn't even bad at that kind of stuff in some ways, or they try to provide attention to detail like in certain areas. They're very good at passive storytelling, for example. But I don't know, there's other areas. There's also, you know, we've talked about it in the past too, there's only so much time you can spend on development, and there are deadlines you have to meet, and publisher demands, and whatever. I mean, with Bethesda Game Studios, it's a little bit different because the publisher is kind of the same entity, but also not. It's tricky, you know? But luckily there's the modding community that can inject the game full of the detail that it doesn't have by default. Let's see here. What else do we got? Okay, so something places a black hand, barding, and saddle. Now this is the type of record, it's kind of interesting, where this is just like a placed reference, but because it uses a proprietary thingy, well, actually, I don't know. It doesn't. That's by default in... okay, hold on a second. Yeah, so chances are if we jump here... Let's see. Where am I at? Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary. Should be temporary. Yep. Okay, right here. It's like an injected reference, I think. But so these references are interesting because they won't necessarily... I think because they're temporary... even though mine has a similar, like, what's it called, record that's placing an object, these two are basically identical, but they won't show as overrides. So you gotta know what you're doing, or else, you know, you'll miss it. All these things that you just learn from hours and hours and hours and hours of doing this stuff. This is all fine. All fine and dandy. Here, we can even hide no conflict rows. Blam, boom, bing, bong, boof. I think I don't see any changes. Nice. Nice and easy. What about containers? Now this one will be a little tricky. I'm going to take off hide no conflict rows. I don't know what's going on in chat there. Requiem. Oh, this is new. Stable Solitude. Huh. I thought I edited this. Guess not. It just adds this. What's the change? Craftable horse barding. Oh, just the... What is different? Oh, that's why. They wanted to add the new editor ID naming conventions. That's okay. Vendor chest, General Dawnguard. L item, horse star. Okay, so that's the same. Same thing here. It thinks that it's not reconciling. Meth, hey, what's up, my friend? Thanks for stopping by. Methril, for all of you guys who are in the chat right now and are curious, he's the developer of Automaton, another member of the Ultimate Skyrim team. So be sure to bombard him with all the questions that you have about Automaton. I'm sure he'll love that. So anyway, right here you can see this seems like it's not the same, but it's the same. Because you go here, LM, Dawn Guard, Barding Saddle, 2 of them actually, and 1 with weapons. And that's what mine should be too. Yup. It just has to be a little proprietary version. Otherwise we couldn't merge or that's how you merge the plugin. What do we got here? TT chest drive. Oh, okay, that one's fine. And these ones should be the same. They all good. Okay. That one's fine too. Stable wind helm. Nice. Alright. Now this is an area where I might revisit. The lady Meth, my old friend. I didn't even think about that. That's a very, very good point. These are containers that I might revisit because they determine what the stable masters sell, and sometimes I wonder if there shouldn't be a little bit wider variety. But well, the problem is here. This item horse saddle, it's only a 75% chance, and there's 2 chances you get. You got another one down here where it's like L item horse armor, so it is technically possible for you to go to a stable master and they won't have any armor at all. But that's kind of fun too. I don't know, then you just go somewhere else, you know, or wait 2 days and see if you get lucky on the merchant reset. Where are we at here? Factions. What's up with this? That's all fine. Vendor item saddle. Let's make sure these are the same, although it's going to tell us in a quick second. Animal hide or ingot, rec keyword saddle. Animal hide or ingot, rec keyword saddle. All good, baby. Ooh. Alright. That's all fine. Form idealist, vendor item saddle. We just opened that up. I was wondering why that was open. These should all be the same. Blam. That's fine. Let's see. I'm literally waiting on you before I reinstall US. Pressure just a little bit long. Yes. Meth, I don't know. If you don't think an automaton programming stream would be as interesting as this is really not that interesting. So, you never know. I think people would watch. I will say it's a little bit tougher to actually, like, make sure you're... I mean, with code, it's the same kind of thing where it's very detail-oriented. But I suppose you'll know if the code doesn't work, right? You can always check. What do we got here? This is fine. These are all good. There shouldn't be a ton of changes from these plugins in a lot of cases. We just need to double check them, right? Because Requiem has been updated, they have been updated, and God forbid we miss important things that have changed. That is important. All right. These are the horses. Horses, man, they have a lot of edits. We'll talk about it. Meth says there's a website out that hosts some pretty sick programming streams. Totally forgot what the URL is, though. Couldn't tell you. Lady Winter, I love watching people talk to themselves. It makes me feel a little less insane about me doing the same. That's basically every Let's Play, right? Every solo Let's Play at the very least. I don't know if this qualifies because it's a stream, so I am technically talking to other people. But I also do a lot of talking to myself anyway. MS Horse Frost. Let's see, I actor death respawn script. Oh, okay. So I actually... what is this? Promises to keep MS3 on unload. So I kept this script chunk. I believe I took out this part because I didn't want Frost to respawn if you killed him. John Arenicus, thank you very much for following, my friend. I think I'm going to keep it that way, because it's been that way for a while. Don't let Frost die, or you in trouble. He's not going to come back, I believe, is what that script change does. See, this is where things get complicated for me, because I'm not super great with scripts, so I don't always... It takes a lot more trial and error for me to figure out what the scripts are doing exactly than it would for someone who is actually a good coder. That's also why I ask Gato all the time when I have script questions. Oh, yeah. Yeah, can you guys believe that Meth is 17? Wunderkind. We're violating child labor laws by having him help us. Well, actually, we're not, because he's not getting paid, which is unfortunate. But Meth, turn 18, and then everyone can start paying you. Whoa, Methril is now following. Thank you very much, my friend. What do we got here? Perk ability, resist arrows. I gave that to Shadowmere, it seems. These ones should be fine. I can't imagine this is going to be... Oh! It give immersive horses. No, craftable horse barding. Huh. Daedric armor. Alright. Why not? It looks cool. That does make it very easy, though. It's got really good armor, and it's worth 15,000 gold. And also, Shadowmere... he does respawn, so actually I'm gonna say fuck it. If you want Shadowmere, you gotta get him your own armor. How about that? Oh, I'm gonna burp. Excuse me. All right, check out the Helm player horse. The player horses have so many fucking crazy edits. It's actually pretty nuts. Let's see here. Lose carry weight. That's not what I wanted to do actually. This is all correct. That's fine. This is where Requiem's changes to horses need to be kind of ignored. Dermeetziel is now following. Thank you very much, my friend. Let's see here. Resist arrows. Did I assign all of them to have that carry weight malice 50? Yes, that's what I did. I'm just making sure. That might need to be revisited as well. I need to see exactly how much each horse can carry, because that would be a good way of differentiating them as well. In fact, here I'm going to make a note about that. That actually can go in the master to-do list. Call it non-essential. No. Yep, okay. Here we go. Add a note about differentiate horses based on carry weight. Use Requiem carry weight malices. Reference. There we go. Boom. I think we're good there. I have to assume that most of these are going to be fine. Immersive horses, speed multiplier. Yeah, we don't want them going that fast. Unfortunately, I mean, these values are going to be overridden anyway, because of the immersive horses ini file, which is going to determine how fast everyone is. But actually, I had to make the horse... Well, I wanted the horses to be a little bit slower anyway. But with Old Rim, it's very possible that the horses will move too fast. And the world actually can't keep up with loading it. Lady Winter says, I would talk about why I haven't gotten into stuff that I really want to. Then I would have to talk about my life story. I don't think anyone here is ready for that. Well, you know, lady, everyone's always into talking if you are, but if it's very personal... I can see how you wouldn't want to talk about that too. Whatever you want to do. We're good there. Alright, and outfit. These should all be the same. Oh, this is the Morrowind Death music. I arguably heard that much more than I heard the level up music. What time is it? 5:46. We got about 15 minutes left, boys and girls. You'll bear with me. What do you think... The chances are that we can get through, I don't know, cutting room floor. That's a big one. And that one actually I'm going to skip because we need to go through the actual cutting room floor plugin. Heavy armory, let's do that. Sell. What do you want? That's identical to master. What does that need to be there for? Oh, constructible object. Alright. Here's where things get real complicated. Especially with the crafting overhaul, but none of that data is contained in Ultimate Skyrim ESP, really. That is... What's going on here? Recipe weapon, jogger, short sword, honed. Okay, no, that one I took away the condition. Okay. Yeah, we're good. This is just one of the recipes that I took the conditions off of. Let's see here. Yeah, take your time with your life too. It's not a competition. Enjoy your freedom. Yeah, I know, right? What is the crafting overhaul you mentioned hitting in beta 5? So the crafting overhaul, that's a big fucking thing. Basically, the way the crafting over... There's a video on it that will explain most everything. 2 videos even, if I remember correctly, that would explain it much better than I could at the moment. Long story short, my goal is to unify the crafting stations, like the purpose of each crafting station, and also to implement a new crafting system whereby you can purchase and loot recipes and blueprints in order to teach yourself new crafting recipes. It's pretty, like I said, those videos will teach you most everything you need to know, really. That's fine. Should be about the same. In fact, here, let's do this. Hide no conflict rows. Bing, bang, boom. What do we got here? Yep, took away the greater than item count. That's fine. Same thing there. A lot of these don't even have that edit yet. Bang, bang, bam, 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 boom. How many of these do we get to go through? Oh, a lot. Oh, same. Those are nullified. Meth says, how do I like my Audio Technicas? I like them a lot, Meth. I've had these for a very long time now at this point, at least like 4 or 5 years. I got them on sale for like $100 way back in the day. They're really excellent headphones. I mean, I don't know, after a while, like my head will start to hurt. But that's like after hours and hours and hours of use. Gato says, did the script thing for the crafting overhaul actually work, BB? I haven't tried it yet, to be honest. I'm gonna have to try it soon, but I've just been so busy with other stuff that I haven't even bothered. My goal with the crafting overhaul in terms of the order of doing things is I'm going to make sure that all of the crafting recipes have been made to work as I intend with the crafting stations first, and then I'm going to worry about implementing all the different recipes and blueprints. So we'll see if they work then. Let's see here. That's a temper recipe. No? Why is this one different? Iron ingot, sabercat tooth. Interesting. Why is that one different? Forsworn warhammer, huh? Something changed this. I'm fine with these being the same. Small antlers, sabercat tooth. Let's do this. Boom. Why is that different? It doesn't even matter. Don't know. Fuck it. Well, I'll keep it that way, just for funsies. Because I don't care. What difference is that? Same thing, these ones have been changed as well. I don't remember what did it. That's all good. Daedric stuff. Spooky music. Skyforge steel hatchet. that's another area where I'm going to be making some particular changes, or I might already have. But I wanted to make these Skyforge weapons a little bit cooler, a little bit more powerful. As they are now, they're pretty underwhelming. Come on, baby. Here, hide no conflict, Rose. Oh my God. Hopefully these are all just implementing that. If you're curious as to what the change is here for all of these, Meth donated $10. Thank you so much, Metheril. I really appreciate it, my friend. I say we're all gonna make it, BB, thanks to you. Ha, dude. I mean, you know better than I do, or than. Let's just say it's a very collaborative thing that we're putting together here. And that Requiem, or Ultimate Skyrim, excuse me, could not exist without all of our efforts. Oh, I started to say this. So, the change that all of these recipes are making is adding the requirement for the first craftsmanship perk, so that you can't just build these off the bat. That's kind of like the start of what my crafting overhaul is intended to do, but it's let's just say it takes that philosophy to the next level. What I'm really trying to prevent, the kind of primary thing, did I get rid of conditions on these? That's all fine. Category stall room. What has changed here? Mod heavy armory, weapon mace recipes. Dragonborn. We want category stall room. That's the only difference. Oh, I think I changed some of the conditions down here. That's what it was, based on the what's it called? That's right. I remember these stall rim weapons. I changed the perk conditions based on how smithing perks rectified tree works, so they make a little bit more sense here. That's my goal. I'm gonna sneeze again. Excuse me. Actually, I don't think I sneezed before. I burped. Whatever it was. Anyways, I started to say with the crafting overhaul, one of the main things that I'm trying to kind of assuage is this problem whereby your character will gain a new smithing perk, and suddenly it's like the entirety of, like, you get a new orcish smithing perk, right? And now suddenly your character knows how to make like every fucking orcish piece of armor or weapon that was ever made by anyone ever. And that feels a little bit weird to me, especially in regards to the first craftsmanship perk, where it's like you get it and suddenly there's just so many different crafting recipes that you have access to. It just feels a little weird to me, so I wanted to... So, I mean, really that perk, what? It maybe means that you know some things, but you certainly don't know how to make everything. You would just know how to do it if given further instruction, is the way that I choose to interpret it. And that's how I'm trying to gear the crafting, so that you have to discover that further instruction before you can do anything with it. We're talking about headphones up in chat. They're good. I have to buy new puffy parts for it. Yeah, mine are, you can see here, they're pretty, I don't know, they've held up pretty well since I've had them for years and years and years. But I don't know. They're probably getting a little flat. I know that my head hurts after using these for a while, but I also think that would be the case with just about any headphones. This is interesting. Now these ones actually might need to be changed. These guys, because they are pointing to this Nordic category. I'm wondering why mine's changed to Dragonborn. That's okay. Is it going to be for all these Nordic items right here? You and you and you and you and you and you and you. Weird. Alright. Let's do that batch edit. Just like we did a moment ago. Compare selected. And now we'll take these and put them on all these different records. Blam. And oops. We're back. Oops. Now we're back. You gotta get new puffy pants, lady. Everyone needs a fresh pair of puffy pants. DLC 2, CCO recipe style, and blah blah blah. These are the same. Yep. go back here. Oh, this is Oblivion, I think. Let's see. Watchman's Ease. I have distinct memories of hearing this song while traipsing through the Imperial City. Okay. That's fine. Different counts. Who gives a hoot? Forsworn Spear. Interesting. I feel like this would have to be an edit that I should actually carry through. Because, I mean, Heavy Armory, this patch that I'm working through right now is the only plugin I could imagine making these changes. So it's probably some, like, the record that or the edit that I had there before is probably from a previous version of Heavy Armory, excuse me. So I should keep whatever the new changes are. Whoa. Yup. Lady says, this might be TMI, but I prefer no pants. But it is apparently required for being around other humans. Hey, I'm not wearing pants right now. How about that? But I'm in the sanctity of my own home. So maybe that's okay. What is going on here? I guess there's been some sort of change to the CCO learning mechanics, or at least the way they're interpreted by Requiem Heavy Armory patch. Yeah, dude, it's like, I'm not going to wear pants in my own house. Fuck that noise. Okay, here we go. Here's some new Redguard War Axe, huh? Redguard weapons. Akaviri stuff. Interesting. Okay, so these ones I'll have to edit. These are like all new. Huh. Oh my god, there's so many. Jeez. I think this is the song that plays when you beat Morrowind. If any of you are curious. What the fuck? Where are all these coming from? Wow, look at that. So there's a bunch of recipes that I guess just weren't included last time? Where are all these coming from? I'm curious. I'm going to have to go back through because these all need to be edited for the same kind of edits that I made to the other ones, which is going to be delightful, let me tell you. Man. Well, fuck me. Oh, these are temper recipes, a lot of them. Huh. Well, guess what I get to do right now? Go this massive list. Nope. Was it DLC? No, Falmer Club. Right here. There we go. That's the first one. And to copy as override into Ultimate Skyrim, and this might hit me with a dependency. Nope. All right. Well, it's about that time, my friends, boys and girls. And I'm gonna have to do that on my own time. I assure you, you're not missing anything because those kinds of edits are going to be delightfully boring. I'm going to make a note here in my working notes that for Requiem Patch Central, many new recipes from Heavy Armory Patch. There we go. All right, well, that's going to do it for this stream. Thank you guys very much for joining me. Kalawi, yes, of course. This is, I believe Ultimate Skyrim 4.0 will release in T-minus 10 minutes. So thank you guys very much. You're the first to know, right? That's a joke. Please don't think that's going to happen because you'll be very sad and disappointed. Thank you guys very much for joining me as always. I'll be back next week at the same time. I might be doing a dev stream. I might not be. But I am also trying to throw some more streams into the mix of my content. So... yeah, dude, Methral's really out of a job now, or he's in trouble if 4.0 is releasing in the next 10 minutes, because I don't know if he can release Automaton in the next 10 minutes. Maybe in the next 5. Anyway, thank you guys very much for joining me, and I will see you soon.